When it comes specifically to monetize with AI for real, you're probably on one of these two paths right now. In path one, you're just learning a few things about the AI, and probably you even understand a few things about the AI, but it doesn't matter how much you learn because you never feel able to do anything practical with it, right? AKA building wealth from it. If you're in path two, which is the most important, you start understanding for real money models behind specific AI industry, like very fast growing, tiny AI industry, like for example, AI publishing. And the people that take action in the second path, so the early movers in this undiscovered AI industry, are the ones that are able to take out the most from this AI gold rush. And specifically in this full course, you're going to learn the same exact fundamentals that our community members are applying right now in order to build profitable AI digital assets, of course, specifically books, without being an author or having any prior writing experience, and be able at the same time to monetize to over 6 and 7 figure per year. So this is not theory. Every minute you're about to see is based on experience and being in the trenches every single day. Now, of course, that said, I cannot guarantee, and I do not guarantee any specific financial result that our students is able to achieve, because I don't know you, I don't know who you are, I don't know your work ethics, but I feel the urge to show this information because it changed my life and it can change yours. Enjoy. Welcome to the very first lesson of Publishing OS. My name is Tommaso Pedruzzi. You can call me Tommy. We are so excited to have you here. And yeah, throughout the entire of this program, you're going to learn exactly how to start, run, and grow a $100,000 per year book publishing business using our proven operating system. Okay, just to give you a little bit of context about us, we've been able to make over $3 million with our own book portfolio, being able to sell multiple KDP accounts and exit multiple KDP accounts to online investors for a total value of $500,000 in exits value. And yeah, you're going to see that we don't hold anything back. All the knowledge we have is going to condense in this program. Now, it's very important to know that you don't need any previous skills or any writing skills in order to succeed with this business, because we teach you all the things we know. I'm not a writer, but I've always been able to generate a lot of money with this because we have an exact system that allows us to delegate to other people or to systems to produce what we want to produce, which is in this case, books. But first of all, let's start from the beginning, right? So welcome. Right? And why you should listen to me in the first place. I'm an Italian guy with a strange accent, why you should listen to me. Then we are going to cover together what is Nespola.io, right? What is Publishing OS? And we're going to break down, of course, the entire course and what you learn in the entire program. Then we're going to talk about the goal and rewards. I'm sure you love this part. I'm going to talk about right at the end of this video, how to get help and support, and of course, a summary of everything. And yeah, a slight warning, this is the most important video in the entire course. Watch the entire video, don't skip, don't fast forward. It's very important. Pro tip, watch the video in 1.5 speed, and let's start. First of all, what is our mission? Now guys, we are driven to make Publishing OS the first publishing community in the world. I'm incentivized to help you win. Your success is my success, is our success. Are you ready to start? And guys, it's very important because at the beginning of this program, I wanted to share something like this because this is me in 2019. So I was a very lost guy. I was trying to find my path, and I tried literally 5 different online businesses before starting with books. And that's exactly when everything changed, right? And the reason why you should listen to me is because I fail a lot. I've been able to build a 7-figure book publishing business from ground zero without writing a single book. And then, of course, apart from that, I've been able to reach my financial time and location freedom thanks to books. So I'm the living proof that this business model can give you everything you hope for. Of course, when it comes to have time and location freedom. And yeah, in the last 2 years for me, have been crazy personally. And even for the people that I love, I've been able to travel to Vietnam, Malaysia, Bali, London, Italy, a lot of places multiple times, not because I have to, but because I want to, just because I have a piece of steel, just because I have a Wi-Fi connection that allow me to build something that is great and yeah, help me in the process. And 3, I've co-founded Nespola.io with Manu and Nick, which are 2 of my dearest friends and my business partners. So we started the journey back in 2019. This was Nick and Manu working together. We're trying to figure it out things and how to make it work, right? And then yeah, in 2020 we put together our skills to make something more serious right? We were trying, we were beginners when we started the journey, but then we figured it out to make work something more great. We start making royalties. We start making the first $1,000 per month, and we say, okay, this probably can work. And then, of course, in 2021, when we start achieving much more results, and we say, okay, this stuff could be serious, we started, of course, the Nespola book portfolio, which is all our publication that we gather, and being able to increase the value of this book portfolio a lot, right? And then in 2022, we've been able to make multiple six-figure exit to online investors. So just to let you understand a glimpse of the skills you get over here is that you're able to set KDP accounts as well if you want. So compared to other business models that there is much complexity, online investors love the fact that they can have a business that is a cash flow business, that it can be relatively easy to manage, and then that's why a lot of people want to buy. I'm going to show you throughout the program how this can be done. And then in 2023, we started to perfect our system because we want to share what we were learning, right? And how to achieve even more results personally. And then, of course, again, we refused a $5 million, but we decided instead to go full time on teaching other people how to do the same. And then, yeah, in 2025, this year, we've been able to close the year with a 7-figure agency in just 12 months. And then, yeah, the next step for us to make Publishing OS the biggest publishing community and impact over 10,000 people thanks to our information, okay? And then, yes, we've been able to help many other people achieving results with Publishing OS, including people like you that have any writing skills. And of course, you don't even plan to have writing skills, right? And then, yeah, content creators with millions of followers or even authors. Everyone can get a lot of value inside this program to build something that is great over the short, mid, and long term. Right. And then, yeah, these are some of the results of our clients are able to achieve. And yeah, you're going to see that throughout the entire course. I'm going to show you other case studies to prove to you why our strategy works. Okay. And yeah, everything you're going to learn in this program is based on real life experience. It's not theory. So it's not like regurgitated stuff from YouTube when like the 99% of people out there are doing, not to judge, but simply because we are the people in the arena and we like to put our face in whatever we are going to teach you, right? And even if you are an expert, a publisher that want to bring your income to the next level, this is the exact program you're looking for, okay? And of course, Publishing OS is the proven step-by-step system and roadmap you can follow click by click. We watch a lot of courses, not only with publishing, we watch a lot of courses in any online business. And what I like the most, at least personally, is the fact that you can follow something step by step and click by click. So only in that way we are able to help you massively, because we don't teach only theory and concept, we teach you the strategy that you can adopt. So that's one of the main thing about our program. And this is exactly what Publishing OS look like. So we've been able to condense and to divide in 5 stages an entire way to build a 6-figure publishing business, again, in just 5 checkpoints. The first one is the idea stages, where we are going to select the topic. So we're going to choose a profitable topic that people want to read. It's very important, this part, right? Doesn't matter if you're an author, doesn't matter if you're a publisher. In this process, we are going to teach exactly how to recognize a highly profitable book topic in less than 5 days, right? And here in the development stage, of course, is where we produce the book, and we are going to teach you how to outsource the book creation to, whether it's to very affordable freelancers or even AI, to massively speed up the process. And then there is the checkpoint 3, which is of course publishing the book. What is the best way to upload the book for the best results and maximum visibility? Same thing for the launch. There is an exact order, an exact stage you should follow in order to launch the book in the best way possible. Same thing for the growth stage. We're going to teach you exactly how to automatize, how to systematize, for better saying, the whole process, because we perfected this system on how to make it run even without you staring the screen 24/7. Of course, throughout the program, you're going to see everything step by step. Welcome to the second lesson of Publishing OS. I'm so excited to show you everything. I think it's very important, this lesson, because apart from showing you exactly what Publishing OS is and how it works, right? So it's the same funnel and operating system we're using every time to predictably build book publishing businesses, I want to also show you the mental framework that there is also behind publishing OS, right? Just to give you an example, there is a lot of people that they work more than 30 hours per week, and also people that have offline business, online businesses, they are still able to run them while making publishing, while doing publishing, because the entire business process and the whole thing about publishing is that it's a simple business model, right? I'm not going to prove to you why I'm telling you that, okay? So specifically, to give a little bit more faster on what you're going to see, we're going to cover what is publishing OS, the best book genre to sell, right? We don't sell any book genre or any book topic. We sell a specific kind of book topic, and why. I'm going to show you why it's that profitable. How many books we need in order to make our first income with books, and then also the 9 streams of income that you can build out of your first publication. I think is something that you're going to love. So let's go, guys. As always, this is the most important video in the entire course. Watch the entire video. Don't skip, don't fast forward. And pro tip, watch the video in 1.5 speed. Okay, this is publishing OS, as you saw also in the previous lesson. But the most important thing is that the whole system is divided in 5 phases, okay? And then, of course, the first part is to choosing a topic that is profitable. So the main outcome of the first checkpoint, the first idea stage, is choosing a topic that can bring us to the first income and have the potential to make us the first income, right? And then, of course, immediately after this, that can be done pretty fast in general. In less than 5 days, we can find a topic. What we do is that we are going to right away produce the book based on what we are searching the first step. So it's very important that we define well our reader, and we are sure that we can solve their problems too. Do what? To, of course, publish the book and go live as soon as possible with your first book. Okay. And after the book is live, the main thing is to gather, in these 2 steps, is to gather the most amount of traffic by still working very little in the business compared to any other business model, right? So, of course, guys, I've been very fast in describing to you this, but the main core of everything is that compared to any other business model, I've done many of them, right? There is one thing in common, that there is a lot of complexity. There is suppliers, there is customer support, there is a lot of things you have to manage, CRM, newsletter, many stuff, right? Here with publishing, you just need to master 5 simple steps, which you are going to learn very easily in the next lesson, right? But it's very important that it's a very simple business model if you apply the rule of the game, okay? Let me go on the other. Exactly. Okay, here is what can be achieved with, of course, publishing OS in this business model. First of all, full control. You can now create and sell your own books in a most complete autopilot with one strategy, one platform, without relying on traditional publishing business. It's very important, guys. I mean, we like to call them permissionless assets, meaning that you don't need any permission for anybody to start publishing your assets, okay? And then, of course, second is easy to set up, meaning that you don't need any previous tech experience, social media following, website, tracking tools, or inventory. Amazon makes 99.9% of the heavy lifting for us. Amazon is going to print the book for us. Amazon is going to ship the book for us. Amazon is going to make the customer support for us. That's why we don't need to master too many things in order to start making the first results, which is, of course, making the first income and go live as soon as possible, okay? Then there is the leverage. And, of course, me personally, I've never written a book in my life. In fact, we just need to delegate the book creation to experts that can manage the entire process for us, but still keeping 100% of the royalties. We never ask to you to share your royalties just because we believe that you are the owner of the business. You'll be the 100% guy of the business. You'll be the manager, and you deserve all the pennies that you make. Of course, even Amazon is not going to directly take your royalties, but it's going to only take a cut of the sales you make only after you make it. That's why, of course, Amazon, let's say, is going to pay for you for the printing and the shipping costs. But of course, the royalties that you make, the net profits, will be 100% yours, okay? And then, of course, there is also immediate trust that can be achieved directly on Amazon, because just by uploading your book on Amazon, over 310 million Prime members trust automatically your product because Amazon, right? They're not afraid to get scammed like on a random internet ad, because they know Amazon. They spend every day on Amazon to try to buy products, and they buy products every day. They have multiple credit cards saved in their accounts, so they don't have any problem to even try the product, right? So it's very important to understand that one of the main reasons why we are so thriving is because we are very near a platform that is huge right now. Okay. And then, of course, one book can be enough, meaning that after years of experience, we know for a fact that you don't need to publish hundreds of mediocre books, right? Or crappy books, but you just need to focus on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books that makes all the income, and so you can focus your time and energy on specific products and not on a variety of things, right? So it's very important, this part as well. I'm gonna go straight away in the next one. And yeah, an example of that, of course, it's Mark that imagine publishing a book with our exact system more than 2 years and a half ago, and with just one book, he continues to make sales just because he implemented the strategy one time years ago, and is still working today, even with organic sales only. So it's something that can be achieved just because the power of Amazon and the power of this business model. Now, when it comes to let you understand what we believe around books is that compared to any other online businesses, right, e-commerce, affiliate marketing agencies, info products, or even the traditional passive income streams like index funds, real estate stocks, whatever, the most important thing is that books are almost like the exact perfect sweet spot between these two. Because, of course, online businesses, you have to put a lot of time behind it, right? We are talking about hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours per week. And then, of course, you have a lot of stuff to manage over here, exactly like we talked about before. And here with traditional passive income, so you need a lot of money to create a pretty decent stream of income that can replace, for example, your job, your business, or whatever, right? I'm sure you get the point. The books are the perfect sweet spot between these two asset class because they're able to deliver amazing results after we publish the book one time, okay? So all the process that I showed you at the beginning, the publishing at stage, this stuff doesn't matter if you use it for one book or for 100. Of course, we want to keep it for as many books as possible because the more books you have, the more money we're gonna make. I cannot deny that. But the most important thing is that once you finish the process with one book, you're able to replicate it with other books, and it's a one-time process. So once the book is finished and it's launched, and it's, of course, we start the advertising process, it continues to make sales over and over and again. That's why I show you the results of Mark as well, that it, of course, after years and years, has been able to receive amazing results. And then, of course, I want to talk about it because I want to talk about it. Why we choose books in the first place, because I make a lot of calls over the last year with our clients, right? And every one of them was always very curious about why books, Tommy. I mean, it's very curious, it's very beautiful, everything, because it's very cool, the fact that you have your own digital assets, but when it comes to the idea of creating your own books, and guys, it's very easy because while the majority of the people make the decision based on what other YouTubers says, we make decision based on data. Just to give you an understanding, the education industry is the second biggest sector by global spending. So it's currently valued at $5.3 trillion and is projected to reach $10 trillion before 2030. So it's very important that the decision that we made to sell books, of course, is based and is backed by data. We're not making a decision based on emotions or what other people are doing, but because we know that people really need books to solve problems. Okay? So this is the main thing. Now, of course, that's why Jeff Bezos started Amazon by selling books first in the first place. This, of course, is Jeff Bezos in, I think it's 1994. I want to show you a video.
Picked books as the first best product to sell online. And books were great as the first best because books are incredibly unusual in one respect. And that is that there are more items in the book category than there are items in any other category by far.
I don't know how many people knew about this, but yeah, Bezos was pretty obsessed about books. And yeah, that's one of the reasons why he decided to create an entire business plan of a hundreds of billions of dollars company and started exactly from books, right? So when it comes to the best book genre to sell, it's very important that we find out that nonfiction books are the best, simply because solve specific problem that the market have. For example, how to lose weight, how to be a better investor, how to organize your home, how to communicate better. And Amazon customers are actively searching how to solve this problem on the Amazon search bar. As you can see over here, the Amazon search bar automatically tell us every day what Amazon customers are searching for, right? So they are not entertaining books, but they are books that want to solve a specific problem that the individual has. And then to give you an idea, they can price also significantly higher than low, medium content or fiction books. Because as you can see over here, there is the low, medium, and content books. There are books like journals, planners, and coloring books that can be priced between $4 and $12, right? Instead, fiction books that can price even $0 sometimes, but they cannot reach too much pricing simply because people that read fiction books are much more voracious readers. They want to buy a lot of copies and a lot of volume. So the authors know that. They want to keep their pricing competitive. While with non-fiction books, we are able to basically charge the most amount of money because they solve specific problems, almost like laser focus topics. So the client say, oh my gosh, this book is exactly for me. I need to buy it, right? So we can price the book even more than $35, but you get the point, right? And then, of course, our goal is to first find a topic the customers really need. Second, identify what is the perfect dream outcome. And three, create and offer them a book that can solve the problem. So we are the people that offer a solution with a book to their dream outcome. We are the publisher. And then, of course, the customer, is going to take our book to solve the problem. Okay. And then, of course, you'd be astonished by the amount of sales that very simple books are generating every month, every year, for people like you and me who master a very simple strategy. Yeah, these are some example of the topic that are making insane amount of money right now on Amazon. Guitar Exercises, Vegan Cookbook, ChatGPT Millionaire, how to use AI, Excel guides, meditation for beginners. I want to show you also other stuff over here. How to make soap for beginner, how to investing for kids, complete piano lessons. So yeah, you can create income out of your passion or something that you truly like. But honestly, I never did it. Okay, till now I always publishing something that I know is profitable, and then of course I delegated the content to people that can do that for me. And now, when it comes to the amount of books we should publish, it's very important to understand that always in this business model, less is more, meaning that we always focus on quality. So beginners in general decides to mass produce hundreds of mediocre books that makes a few bucks each. Professionals build an efficient book portfolio with 2-5 high quality books that are laser targeted on readers. And as you can see, if we have to put like a line, right, on how much we want to publish, we want to be somewhere here where basically on the left we publish only one book every 1-3 years. That of course is very low. Or we pump out thousands of low quality books. We want to be over here. We don't want to be here. We don't want to be here. We want to publish the 2-5 high quality books that makes all our money. And the most important thing is that to generate income, we want to focus on few titles that are very, very high quality. Okay. Now, one of the beauty of this is that you can create up to 9 streams of income out of your one publication, because you're able to, once you maximize the traffic, you also maximize the sales by do what? By adding more formats to the book. Because all the book example we just saw are making incredible numbers, but it's even more incredible if we consider that all the income are coming from just one format, the paperback. So if we go back and we take, for example, this book is a paperback version. But there is also, for example, the ebook version, there is also the hardcover version, there is also the audiobook version. So it's very important that we are able to, with our program, we are able to upload in multiple formats. So we are automatically exposing, by, of course, choosing more formats, we are automatically exposing our book to many different types of readers, and therefore we increase our probability to make a sale. Example, me as a reader, I will never buy a paperback. Hardly I will buy a paperback, but only a Kindle or audiobook. So if you only want to publish a paperback, you lose me as a client. So that's why many beginners are not understanding this and they only publishing, for example, the Kindle version or only the paperback. This is a massive waste of income that you can make if you're not careful. And yeah, multiple streams of income. Each format of our book, Kindle, paperback, hardcover, audiobook, are literally extra streams of income that we can immediately set up with near to zero publishing costs. So all the other 9 streams of income, I'm going to cover them directly in the lesson Amazon Royalties Machine. So you can cover right now. Of course, we covered the paperback, the Kindle, the audiobook, and the hardcover. on the other lesson, I'm gonna cover the other 5. Okay. So slide summary, publishing OS, guys, understand it. Simply follow it. It works. Follow the roadmap and click-by-click instructions. And then, of course, as the second thing is thinking. Thinking is the hardest work there is, which is the reason why so few engage in it. And this is a quote by Henry Ford. And then, yeah, as a third point, there is work. This process will take work. There is no way around it. But with it, we have massive leverage and scalable business model. It completely changed my life, and it has changed countless of others' life as well. Do the work. I hope you enjoyed all the lessons, and keep in mind that if you want to have extra information, you can always join our free community and course where you can actually have multiple extra lessons of what you're watching right now in order to go deeper on that, right? For example, how to get our AI prompts, how to create the book with the help of AI, and at the same time, like be able to understand exactly how to title your book, how to create the subtitle, how to create the book cover. So if you want all this extra info, I suggest you to join our free community. Let's continue with the program. Welcome to the niche alchemy lesson. In this specific lesson, we are going very, very fast, and I'm going to show you some of the tricks you can use immediately in order to start your first book topic that we know is going to be profitable, right? Apart from showing you some of the tactics, I'm going to also reveal to you one of my favorite ways to find topics. And yeah, let's go through it. I want to start immediately with a very cool image that is about Jeff Bezos, and it's kind of our company motto in the sense that we only sell books that people want. So we are not focusing on stuff that we like or that we assume other people can like, but we only want to sell books that people want to read. That's the most important thing, okay? So this is one of the main core about this lesson, and I'm sure you're gonna understand why. So as an introduction, we're going to cover how to find a profitable book topic in less than 5 days. We're going to see that the method that we have is one of the fastest to find the best topic there is in the market. I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that. The most effective ways to find a topic, because there is plenty of ways, but I want to show you my favorites and the one that I think are the best for you. How to predict our monthly and yearly revenue even before creating the book. So even before we want to put out our books, we want to make sure that it's going to bring profits, right? And if yes, how much of them, how much profits we can make with our topics. And then, of course, the difference between faceless and personal brands. So right now, you may be a person that have a company or maybe have his own voice, his own personal brand. So you have a clear image of what you want to publish. But yeah, we also teach you how to publish faceless. So it's not the book is not directly connected to your name, but like I always use with pen names, right? So I want to show you the exact difference and what to follow based on the strategy, right? So let's dive into it. Guys, this is the most important video in the entire course. Watch the entire video, don't skip, don't fast forward. And pro tip, watch the video as always in 1.5 speed. And I want to show you this very short clip about this interview with Tim Cook, which is the CEO of Apple, where he talk about the strategy that they have at Apple. Okay, let me play for you.
Well, our objective is never to be first. Our objective is to be best.
So the main goal that they have, doesn't matter which product it is, that their objective is not to be the first. Our objective is to be the best. And we want to have a very, very similar approach in the market. And this is exactly what I mean by different strategy. For example, Apple decided to go directly with making a product much better compared, for example, to Facebook and Meta. This is Zuckerberg when basically he released the first Meta Quest 3. Is a rudimental product compared to Apple Vision Pro that basically came out in the market 2-3 years later, if I'm not wrong, for sure 2 years. And I remember that we, by the way, a couple of years ago, we give this to Nick as a present. And yeah, it was like pretty cool because all the people want a headset, right? To stay in the metaverse. And of course, was one of the best trends at the time. But then Apple recognized that, of course, is something that there could be a lot of potential in the future. There was already a very strong demand because they saw the sales about Meta and about the product. And then, of course, they decide to come in the market 2-3 years later with a much, much better quality product that, of course, nobody can deny that, right? And yeah, this is our main thing when it comes to topic as well, okay? Let's figure out what the market wants. and see what works and make it better. This is the main strategy. Doesn't matter if you come in the market now, doesn't matter if you come in the market in 5 years from now. The most important thing, you realize that there is a demand. We want other people to testify and certify this demand for us and come in the market even later with a much, much better product, because we know there will be demand even in the future, okay? The market will ignore everything that isn't what they want. It's very, very important, this thing. And doesn't matter if you want to publish a book in a topic that you don't know about, doesn't matter if you want to publish a book in a topic you're passionate about. The most important thing, you realize that the market will ignore everything that isn't what they want. Keep in mind this throughout your journey, and I can guarantee that you will thrive in this business, okay? Now, amateurs forget the goal. Pros don't, never. So as the first step, if you want to take it, like, one of the main things that we always want to look about the thing that we are going to do in the market, we don't want something that is not profitable. We want profitability, right? That's exactly why we are here. So we want to find a highly profitable book topic with an undeniable proven demand. And one thing that I truly want to stress about the profitability is that a lot of people think that if something is profitable, not necessarily is useful for other people. That's exactly the opposite. If it's something is profitable, it means that a lot of people want that product and therefore is willing to pay you instantly for that product, meaning that you're basically an asset for the market. If you are going to publish is something that is already profitable. And of course, we want to be sure that we go in the market, right? So same thing as the second step, we want to make sure that something is scalable. We are looking for a topic that can give us a fat net profit for each copy sold. There is no virtue in not making money in selling your product. This is another myth that there is, that we need to have a product that other people take for free. No, most people, they're not even consumer product if it's free. So it's very important, even the pricing in this equation, that we're going to cover in the next lessons. And then as the third step, there is the longevity. So we want something that can bring profits, not only in the short term, not only in the next months, not only before the end of the year, but we want something even that make money potentially in years from now, from the first publication. So one of the things that I told you, even in the previous lesson about our method, is that once you finish the process, after we choose the topic, we produce the book, and then we publish it, this is a one-time process. So if it's a one-time process, we want to make sure that we do with the best quality ever, and also with the best intentions in order to make profits potentially for years. Right? And also simplicity, a topic that can be produced with a relative ease and speed. There is no point in going, unless you want to, unless you are in something that you're truly passionate about, but especially at the beginning, there is no point in going into put yourself in a very complicated topic. You just need to choose something simple, and it is relatively easy to produce, and then you go in the market with something fast that people want, and you can monetize it, right? Of course, we don't have to publish a stupid book. We still want to have a high quality book, but something that it's very easy to produce and can be done very fast, it's much, much better, right? Let's go down in the rabbit hole to show you exactly what are the best methods to find these topics right now in the market. So how do I know what is working right now in the market? Guys, the first step you have to remember is that we have to go on Amazon right now. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you some stuff. But the main thing you have to understand is the bestseller rank. So if you go on Amazon right now, doesn't matter which topic, doesn't matter which book, there is Amazon that allow us to check how many sales, even the profit, every book is making in the platform. Doesn't matter if it's from an author, doesn't matter if it's from a publisher like us. Always we can see the profits and the sales they're making, even years before or even projection in the future, right? So remember, you have always to find a competitor at the BSR, this number that Amazon gives to all the book, that is lower than 100,000 in the topic, of course, you're about to choose. Okay, let me show you how. Okay, perfect. We are on Amazon. Very simple, very straight. You just need to go on Amazon.com. All we have to do right now before starting our search is to select here in the categories. There is a lot of categories, right? We want to make sure to choose books, right? Because that's exactly what we want to search. And then always select a Amazon postcode. So in general, always select a New York postcode, right? So, and the reason is simple, guys. The majority, the searches will be much more accurate, and the majority of the sales that you're going to make will come from the US. So that's why we want to start the search from there. And then, of course, it's one of the most profitable markets there is in the world, right? So again, we select again books, and then we search a topic. So just for the sake of this example, let's search Mediterranean diet cookbook. Okay, it's just an example that I want to make you with a precise topic. And of course, when we search, automatically we see some stuff, right? Don't care about this. It's just an extension. I'm gonna show you later why it's so powerful. But yeah, let's start, for example, with this book. Oh, let's take this one. So as you can see, if I click the book, Amazon open the page, and there is other stuff like, for example, the price of the paperback, which is the physical version. There is the Kindle version as well. And then this is the title, this is the book cover of the book. Then if we scroll down, all the book have its own basically product details section, right? Which is this one, where you can find all these numbers. And as you can see, two things are very important right now. The first one is that it's an independently published book, right? And also there is the BSR, the bestseller rank. So this book is less than 100,000 because of course it's 1,000, right? If this was 1 million, it was not profitable. If it's less than 100,000, then it's profitable. I'm going to anticipate to you that it's very profitable, this book. And to know exactly it for free, to check how much money it's making, we just need to go on Google and search Bookbeam sales calculator. We go here, which is the first results in general. And then we are ready to select our BSR, right? So we copy here, just make sure there is no any other, any comma or dots. And then we select the marketplace. I remember we are in the Amazon.com, right? So you can select the profitability of other markets, but I'm explaining to you that later. So right now we just to make sure that it's Amazon.com. Select books, because what we just selected over here is the paperback version. So the paperback is intended as books, and the Kindle is intended as Kindle, right? So we estimate the sales, so we know automatically that it's making between 81 and 115 sales per day. Of course, it's an estimate. Same thing for the monthly. It's making between 2,400 and 3,400 sales per month. So one book in one format, in just one format, is making between 2,400 and 3,400 sales. If we take something in the middle, let's say if we take, I don't know, let's take 3,000, okay? So if we make $3,000, how much is the price of this? $13. So if we make 3,000 sales multiplied for $13 is basically $40,000. Look at this, 60 reviews. And yeah, it's making $39,000 per month with one book, okay? Now, if you scroll down specifically for the Kindle, it's selling also in the Kindle, so it's 13,000. So we just need to go again here, type here the bestseller rank, we eliminate the comma, we type Kindle, always Amazon.com, and it's making, yeah, exactly, between 16 sales and 20 sales per day, and between 480 and 600 sales per month. So if we take the price of the Kindle right now, of course, guys, these are sales, but I'm going to show you in just a second how to convert them in the net profits they're making per month, okay? But just follow me because you understand how much volumes you can generate with some books that people want, okay? And I can guarantee you that the margin that the guy have is pretty high, okay? So let's type right now the Kindle margin. So if you're going to take the price of the Kindle, so as you can see, it's $0, but it's $0 for Kindle Unlimited subscribe, meaning that people that pay a monthly fee can take the book basically for free, but we still get the royalties, okay? But yeah, in general, if we consider the price, of course, we are going to take this royalty. So if you take $2.99 multiplied for the copies sold per month, okay, we go here, we take like, let's take 500. 500 sales per month is making an extra $1,500 from the Kindle version. Okay, so two formats is making a huge amount of money just because there is an insane amount of demand. Of course, the book is probably very well done, right? And yeah, but this is how simple could be going the market with a product that people want to buy. So this is the first step, okay? Let me go again in the other slide. So now, the next step, of course, is another method to realize and to find multiple in the same page, multiple bestseller books is to go, of course, in the Amazon bestseller list. In that way, we can have a sort of proof that other people are already making money in specific topics, and we can, of course, see what works, right? So Amazon is suggesting in real time what people want through a list with all the best-selling books of the moment. Can you make any of these ideas better? And I want to show you right away. Okay, there is some lagging over here. But yeah, if I type, for example, Amazon bestseller list, automatically you're going to see that Amazon give you that as an instrument, right? To see all the best-sell book of the moment. Of course, while you scroll on these pages, you're going to find a lot of Guru's book. I don't know, you can even find Harry Potter, right? Or even very famous book about authors and other people. Now, one of the things, of course, is to go immediately and check a category that you think that could be cool stuff, right, inside, or maybe even a category that you may like, right? So in general, let's say that I go from this example here in health and fitness. And then when we click on the category, you can literally decide if you want to go more broad. So you're going to see that if you stay here on the major category, you're going to find a lot of bestsellers. But I'm sure you find some patterns, right, on the books that probably other publishers are publishing the same topic or a very similar one, right? In general, I like to go even more deeper, that you're going to see there is subcategories that you can go. So let's say for a second that I want to go nutrition. And then you're going to see that there are more and more titles. Of course, you can even find other titles. As you can see, this one is the hardcover version. This one is the audiobook version of the same title. So make sure that you don't mistake that there is two publications, for example, in the same topic, but in the reality is the same book. Let's see, for example, there is a lot of topic over here. Carnivore Diet Cookbook is just an example that we found right now. Another one is anti-inflammatory. Let's see if we can find other topics, other books in the same topic. Scroll down. There is a lot of stuff that you can find information from. Let's go in the second page. To another carnivore diet book, right? So people that want to cook meat and they completely in love with meat and they want to cook meat. Yeah, another carnivore diet. So let's say for a second, okay, probably this one could be a nice book, a nice topic, because I've seen 3 bestseller book in 2 pages. Let me see if I can find something similar. So let's go for a second here. I want to take the first book, which is this one. I don't know if it's from a publisher or not. Yeah, it's a self-publisher. As you can see, these guys, I'm going to show you which tool it is, this one later. I don't know if some of you already know it, but yeah, it's amazing, right? Let me go here. And of course, it's pretty simple that in all the cases that we find till now, even in the second page, it's lagging a little bit. But yeah, here we are. So even in the second page, there is always the carnivore code in this case, and there is diet cookbook. So in 2 times there is carnivore diet cookbook, and this one is a little, I think it's from a guru, as you can see from the reviews. And yeah, this one is 100% a publisher. So carnivore diet cookbook. So let's type carnivore diet cookbook. We stay in line with our first search. As you can see, this is probably a profitable topic because I've seen already some books in the bestseller list that are profitable. I see here that other books are very profitable, so there is a proof of demand for sure in the category. And yeah, I think it's pretty clear that there is demand around this topic. And for me, it's not, of course, a statement. It's not like, okay, this is profitable, I'm going to publish here. There is other things that I have to check, right? But this is one of the main methods that allow us to stay basically in front of the competition, to choose exactly what people already want to buy, right? We have just a confirmation from the market. And to go straight away on the next step is, of course, checking the Google Trends. So what Google is saying about this specific topic, right? So this is our market radar. So after we of course we understand that a topic is profitable, that in this case, guys, I didn't even check if the BSR is profitable or not, simply because I had the tool, right? So here automatically I know that the book is making money. just because I have a tool, and later I'm going to show you exactly how to check it. If in this moment you don't have the tool, you just need to click on the book and do the same exact process I showed you before. You scroll down. Right, look how organized it is, the book, pretty cool. But yeah, here there is the BSR. You just need to repeat the process with the sales calculator. Okay, but yeah, let's say in this case that I go back on the slide, and of course after I check that the bestseller rank is profitable, is under 100,000, I also check on the bestseller list that the book is profitable. So I use the bestseller list to check if other people are already making profits with this. Now I go in Google Trends to check if the keyword is seasonal. So I want to make sure that the topic is not only profitable in these months, but potentially can be profitable every time of the year. So I just go here. I'm going to type Google Trends, right? And of course, over here, in general, you are located to your own nation. I always suggest to select either worldwide or US. In this case, I'm going to select US. Okay. And then I'm going to search here the keyword. So carnivore diet. Let's say carnivore diet only. I don't need to put necessarily cookbook because it's actually the same thing. Now, of course, this is only the past day. But if we extend, for example, in the next 12 months, we're going to see that there is always a spike maybe during December, right? Because there is IT season. But in general, there is a kind of constant type of need for the topic, right? So let's say in the past 5 years to have a even better look of the. So in this case, it's pretty clear that the topic is pretty new. There is not a constant demand for a lot of years, which is not necessarily bad. I mean, as you can see, spikes like this is exactly what we want to see, meaning that people are searching and stuff like that. And yeah, I don't know why in December, probably some YouTube videos about carnivore diet or some TikTok went viral. But yeah, in general, to give you an even better example, I prepared for you this image. And I take, for example, the gardening as a topic. You're going to see that there is a clear pattern on when the book is basically most searched and most wanted from the market, right? As you can see, there is a peak of profitability during May and June. So we want to be sure not to publish here. The probably, I don't know, is around December, November, or January. We want to be sure to publish here. So probably March, April, right? So we want to anticipate the moment of major searches online just because we know that we have the best boost and people are more interested in the topic, okay? So keep in mind always this before choosing your topic. Let me go straight into the next step, okay? So let's go again our slide. And then yes, the next step, of course, guys, it's about Bookbeam. And yeah, Bookbeam is basically the tools that you've saw till now that basically summarize the amount of sales that a book is making, even without clicking in the book and losing time and going in the bestseller rank and putting in the sales calculator. But Bookbeam is an extension that allows us to see immediately the amount of money it's making per day and of course projecting how much money it's making per month. Right? So this tool is a game changer when it comes to predict how much money a book can generate in months or even years from now by accessing to real Amazon data. And guys, I want to give an example that, of course, this is the power of Bookbeam. It allows you to see the sales. So if I go for a second here, I type carnivore diet cookbook. Apart from telling me immediately how much money each book is making, I can have a pretty nice idea pretty fast on how everything is going, even the sales. And if I click, and that's something that I truly love, let's say if there is a book, let's click on this one, okay? So I don't know when it, has been published basically the last year. So we don't have too much historic data, but I want to show a very cool tool. So automatically, so you're going to see that the Bookbeam is this one. So this one is the extension that you will have. And when you're, it's a paid tool, by the way, but it's very, very cheap in general. I always suggest to download it. You see the sales history of the book. So you're going to see that you can go back, even old time. I don't know why in this account I don't have it, but yeah, of course, I suggest to unlock the old time. But even though it's not like something mandatory, but even if you go back only 1 year, you can see that the book is selling. As you can see, the BSI is 21,000. You see that it's profitable. The book even in August is profitable. The book even in September is profitable, very profitable. The book is profitable even in November, even in December. Look at this. Look in December how the sales go down. Of course, December is high season. It's always making a lot of money. Like generally, if you have a book in high season, which is of course October, November, December, which is Q4, they're always selling a lot. But yeah, let's understand as well. That's why Bookbeam is so powerful. Even how much money is making in the past, and also another data, also the price. Look at this. The price in this case has been pretty constant: $16, $17. Yeah. So even give you glimpse of the pricing strategy as well. That's why we always suggest to have it. And to give an example, I want to dive a little bit deeper on Bookbeam and how to make your first subscription. And we actually have a very cool thing with Bookbeam, because if you click our link below, and I think it's the best suggestion to have the maximum discount possible, you click our link below when it comes to Bookbeam. And then of course, when you open the page, you're gonna go and get started. And doesn't matter if you want the annual, doesn't matter if you want the monthly. Of course, the best value and the most money saved is if you make directly the annual version. So allows you to save the most money and to start making your search right away. Same stuff for the monthly, of course, but you have slightly less discount code percentage. You just need to type Nespola50. Right? You apply the code and you're going to see that you can have up to 44% discount. So I think it's a pretty good deal. And yeah, we always suggest to everybody to start Bookbeam, because it's basically one of the best tool ever done. And yeah, now very cool. Once you create your account, and I'm sure exactly what it looked like from inside. Once you create your account, you have a lot of very cool thing, for example, to track competitor books and how to be always present in the market and see all the market changes and which topic is more profitable and which not. So here, all you need to do is to literally choose the amount of BSR, the range of BSR you want to see in your search. For example, of course, like we said before, we want to stay with a BSR that is less than 100,000. So it's maximum 100,000. And of course, we don't want 5,000 reviews for our books that we are searching, because probably there are some gurus or very famous books that is very hard to compete with books that have like 5,000 reviews, right? Not always, but I mean, you can of course make more sales than books that have 5,000 reviews. But to let you understand that it's better if we choose even 100, right? Just 100 reviews, maximum 100 rating, sorry. And yeah, we want to make the search in that range, so Bookbeam can find all our book topics in that range. But even better, we can even directly select that we want only self-published book, meaning that they're not publishing houses, they're not big publishers, but are just people that open an Amazon KDP account, they are publishers like us, and they published a book by themselves, right? So it's even another, let's say, pattern of success that we can find here directly with the Bookbeam subscription. And then yeah, another thing that I like to add, and this one I think is one of my secret weapon, right? It's very cool. You can even type based on this criteria, right? Also include, for example, for beginners. So automatically Bookbeam is going to find me all the books that have also the word for beginners inside, that in general is a lot of non-fiction books have for beginners inside. So automatically, if I search your book, what's happening? Okay. Yeah, because I'm recording, the screen is a little bit laggy. And as you can see, you see all the books that potentially you can consider to start making your topic selection, right? Yeah, so many other topics that you can find. And yeah, and my best suggestion is have fun. Have fun. You're going to see that there is a lot of topic that you can choose from. And yeah, I go again here on our slide. And yeah, so Bookbeam, highly recommended. And then the most important part, after we choose the topic and we find the topic, because doesn't mean if we find a topic in that way, is basically proven and it is perfectly in our standards, we can also use the Publishing OS main metrics, which are the amount of profitable books there are in the page, right? That in general, we always look for 3 profitable, independently published book in the main keyword we are going to target, right? And we want to make sure that also in the specific keyword, there is less than 3,000 results. And even cooler, we find the net margin of the book, that each book is more than $5. So just to give an example, if I go on Amazon again, okay, and I type, for example, I want to go in the carnivore diet cookbook. again. Exactly. Let's say the book is $69.97, and I'm showing you this to calculate exactly the net margin that this publisher is making, and now we calculate our more than $5 net margin in order to have a very fat royalty based on each copy that we sell, right? So in this case, the net profit, the 60% net profit of this publisher is around $10, because the 60% is probably around $10. And if we multiply it for the amount of sales that he makes, that I don't remember, if I go here again, sorry, let me go in book sales calculator, book sales calculator, and I want to check again with you, so you become a little bit more familiar with the whole process of calculating the net margins. So if we go here, we say to the sales calculator, okay, 5,000 is the amount of sales that is making from the paperback in the .com market. We estimate, we take always the middle, so it's like, let's say 800, okay? Let's say 800. So yeah, we put $10, which is our net royalties for each copy sold in this specific book, multiplied for 800, which is $8,000 that is making net profits from the paperback version alone. So in that case, it's perfect, because the $10 of net royalties for each copy sold is more than $5. So we want to be sure that we have at least $5, which is pretty easy to find, I would say. Okay, or at least in non-fiction book. That's why we love non-fiction books. We can price them much higher. In the case, for example, of the Kindle version, right? Instead of having 60% of net royalties for each copy sold, in the Kindle we have 70%. So we have even more net royalties. Even though it's not fundamental that the Kindle version of each book is more than $5, we don't care. We only care for the paperback version, right? Because for Amazon ads, we are going to run Amazon ads, and we want to have more high margins. Yeah, you just need to calculate the 70%. So let's say in this case, the 70% of 10 is $7. Just for the simple math, let's say that is selling 200 copies. Yeah, he's making $1,400 per month. Of course, it's just an example that I'm making. We only care about the net margins. I'm going to go again here about the net margins, as you see again, of the paperback. Okay, anonymous publisher versus personal brand. Now, guys, very important. The anonymous publisher is a guy that, for example, me, I define myself an anonymous publisher. If you search my name online, you will never find a book connected to my name, simply because I don't want that other people potentially can go in my niche and publish books, and I don't want literally my asset be so exposed to competitors. And also, I'm not an expert in the field, so there is no sense to attach my real name to the topic. So in that case, here we don't have any preferred topics. As long as the topic is profitable and ethical, we can produce it and sell it without using the real name, our real name, but by using pen names. So pen names, as I always like to say, even Beyoncé, Madonna, they're not the real name of the singer, but they can use them as a creative name. It's very common in publishing. It's very common even in YouTube. You don't have to name your YouTube channel to your real name. That's why we like to use pen names and, of course, be anonymous publisher. Or on the other hand, you can use personal brand. So in this case, we want to specifically publish in topics that are connected to our passion and our main business or our main thing, right? So here you can make book sales on Amazon, increase brand authority, and make much more leads for your business. So imagine that books are perfect to increase your authority and to make whether an extra stream of income for your own company and at the same time getting leads. It's an absolute machine. So you don't need to choose from the two and say, okay, what is best for me? No, you already know what is best for you, right? If you're at the beginning, we always suggest you to go into be an anonymous publisher, simply because you are much more flexible, but doesn't mean that you can make even much more money into creating your personal brand. As you know, are two different complete games, right? So my suggestion at the beginning, go with be an anonymous publisher. But again, if you have your own thing, go personal brand 100%. Okay, and then make your own choice. In any case, remember the market wants what the market wants. Okay, so doesn't change the rule of the game. So what are the next steps? First, a little note. This lesson was a quick introduction to some of the ways to find book topics. In the next module, which is the niche scouting system, you will love it. You have all the tools to easily spot 6-figure a year topics, and we go much more in detail on how to find them, how to spot them. And of course, here's just a beginning to let you go immediately in the field. Start experimenting by yourself and start having fun, because I can guarantee that you find some good topics that you like. Then the next step is to start today. Exactly. Get familiar with the BSR, bestseller list, and Amazon in general. Start to search some book topics or keywords. We like to call them keywords because that's technically what book topics are. And yeah, practice big theory every single time. Then, of course, as the third step, Bookbeam. Guys, we highly suggest to start using Bookbeam. It will massively speed up the topic research. Apply our discount code to get our 44% discount. You can click the link below here in the video. And then, yeah, the guided topic selection. So it's very important, guys. If you want the guided topic selection with the Nespola experts, just fill our form below that you can always find below this video to see if you qualify. Basically, what we do is that we check together and we make sure that we find a very profitable book topic together. So you have this extra support, right? And yeah, we get back to you in 48 hours to see if you can apply. In general, only if you're a now member, you can get access to this, but it's very limited in general, this spot. So if you want to get access to the guided topic selection, we suggest you to directly upgrade to annual, or you can even see if you are accepted in the next 48 hours, okay? And then there is the other resources that you can always find here below in all the resources you can find. That include, of course, the keyword sheet, which is a sheet that really, it's so cool because based on the results and the pricing and other data that you're going to implement, you're going to see that it's very easy to fill. You're going to see immediately if a topic is profitable or not. And then, of course, you always find the 207 niche list where you can find our selected niche, the most profitable niche that you can start your publishing journey, and you can see the first topics you can potentially publish on, okay? Everything will be down below. Guys, very happy to finish this lesson because, of course, you have much more information how to proceed with the business. See you in the next lesson to understand even more how to navigate through Amazon, how to start publishing as soon as possible. Okay, so on the next lesson. Welcome in another lesson in Publishing OS. Of course, today we're going to talk about Amazon royalties machine and why Amazon is the best place to be when it comes to books. So books and Amazon really are the same thing, right? And people go on Amazon every day to buy books, but there is a difference between people that understand Amazon like we do and people that don't understand Amazon at all and try to do stuff. So during this lesson, I'm going to be very direct. I'm going to cover exactly why Amazon KDP is a goldmine. As you know, Amazon KDP is an Amazon platform that allows us to publish books for free on the platform. And yeah, it doesn't matter where you come from. You can publish books on Amazon and make royalties from it. Right? Then we are going to talk about finally till now we covered only 4 streams of income, which is the Kindle, the paperback, the hardcover, and the audiobook. But there is other 5 streams of income that we need to cover today together, and I think you're gonna love it. And then yeah, why you just need a few reviews to sell. So a lot of people, oh Tommy, I need a lot of reviews. No, I'm gonna show to you that you need a very few amount of review. That I'm going to talk about exactly the number that you can make a lot of sales with. And yeah, let's start. Right? So warning guys, as always, this is the most important video in the entire course. Watch the entire video, don't skip, don't fast forward. Pro tip, watch the video in 1.5 speed. Very cool. So in general, I'm very obsessed. A lot of the guys from the team tell me, oh my gosh, Tommy, I gained this example. Yeah, that's exactly my favorite example that I always like to make. And I like to compare ourselves. Doesn't matter if it's you, doesn't matter if it's us. The method that we use with Amazon is exactly this approach that we have. So keep in mind that we are this little fish. You see, compared to a shark is like nothing, right? But this little fish, in order to survive and thrive, have a very cool habit, which is to stay close to large predators. So what we do exactly is we do the same with Amazon. So basically, this fish doing the the evolution basically developed this kind of, it's like a cup, stay near almost unconsciously to the shark. And what it do is that it thrive and it eats better, is protected from the shark. And we do the same with Amazon. Basically, we are not going to create an entire infrastructure where we can create abundance and wealth with our book business, but we thrive thanks to Amazon, right? Of course, I'm not saying that it's not possible to create an amazing business, publishing business outside Amazon. We demonstrated that it's possible to do it every single time, but we want to make sure that we understand who we are dealing with. And that's exactly what this lesson is about.
This fish has a unique way of getting around by using a suction cup that sticks to bigger fish and even humans. Meet the remora, also known as the sucker fish or shark sucker. This fish is known for its interesting lifestyle, especially its ability to hitch a ride on larger marine animals. The remora has a suction organ, which is essentially a modified dorsal fin acting like a suction cup. It has slot-like structures that open and close to create suction, allowing the fish to attach itself securely to larger hosts such as sharks and whales. By catching a ride, remoras get free transportation, protection, and access to leftovers from their host.
That's exactly our power, right? So the remora, I don't know if it's a remora, it's an amazing animal, and yeah, we should take an example from it. So first of all, let's understand Amazon together, right? So Amazon is the world's longest running and most stable marketplace where you can sell any type of physical and digital product to give it maximum visibility by uploading it for free into the platform. And it has more than 2.5 billion users per month, more than 81 million potential customers per day. Imagine having 81 million potential customers that potentially they can watch your book, right? And of course, that spend time daily on the platforms. And then, they have 310 million Prime members ready to buy. Compared to any other marketplace like Google, Facebook, and TikTok, people are ready to buy immediately. People are not on Facebook and TikTok and Google specifically to buy. They're there to make certain searches, to be entertained, maybe a little bit more Google, you can say that. But people are mainly on this platform to spend the time and connect with other people, not really to buy. Amazon, the reason why we are able to convert much, much better than any other platform out there is because people are there to buy already. They are completely obsessed by the service that Amazon does, and that's why we love Amazon, okay? And then we always say that if you can help beat them, join them. This, guys, is just a glimpse of what Amazon is nowadays. So they're investing every day in acquiring clients. They're investing every day to automation, artificial intelligence. They're doing incredible stuff in order to deliver packages to our clients. And it's, in a way, I'm so proud because we are getting paid every month from a company that is huge. And it's not just a company. I mean, it's becoming a new world, a new reality that is impacting every day millions of people. And yeah, thanks to them, thanks to this infrastructure that we have to our power, basically, we can sell all our books and create multiple businesses around Amazon, right? So we have this power. Few people can say that have this kind of support, and that's exactly where a little bit of our strength lie, right? So I'm gonna go straight away in the next step. And so let's talk about why Amazon KDP is the real gold mine, because of course Amazon is a part, but then Amazon KDP is the part that is exactly specialized in let us upload our books and of course do all the things that we just saw till now, right? So even Amazon KDP are the one that pay us, right? So thanks to Amazon KDP, we can now publish books as independent publisher, right? By opening a free KDP account. The royalties we receive from Amazon will be 100% ours. Again, in the previous lesson, I told you that Amazon take a fee, right? Exactly, take a fee. But only when the purchase is made. So they take a fee for ship your product, whether it's digitally or physical, and also to manage all the stuff like the customers, all the things that they do for us. That's why they take the cut of only after the sale is made. But the royalties that we make are 100% ours, okay? So we don't need any upfront investment in stock and inventory. Amazon pod technology, which is print on demand, automatically print your book immediately after a client buys it, okay? Then the printing and shipping costs, again, are automatically subtracted from each sale. We keep 70% for every Kindle sale. Amazon take 30%, and 60% for paperback and hardcover sale, which Amazon take 40%. After your books is published, you actually reach billions of customers in all marketplaces where Amazon is present. Amazon US, Amazon Canada, UK, and Australia are currently the biggest and most profitable markets. You're gonna see that sometimes books, apart from making a lot of sales in Amazon US, you say, okay, but it's also making a lot of money in Amazon Canada. And yeah, I'm gonna show you also with Manu, we are gonna cover this part much more in detail on why we are able to monetize in the best English-speaking markets, and as well also on the other one outside the English language, right? So, but the most important, the most profitable are these four, okay? And then, of course, just to give you some numbers, of course, Amazon have a lot of physical products, right? As well as books, but there is 6 times less competition compared to physical products. So all the physical products you can imagine on Amazon, and I'm sure you're an Amazon customer too, like I am, there is much more physical products. And precisely there are 300 million physical products compared to 50 million to books. So there is 6 times less competition that we can leverage even more to have like the proof that with Amazon KDP, we are in the right time at the right place, right? And you say, okay, Tommy, but at the end, it's still 50 million books, right? That there is on Amazon. So the competition is high? No. Of course, there is competition, okay? But the most important thing is that nobody have our winning approach. 99% of the people, doesn't matter the industry, doesn't matter if it's in books, doesn't matter if it's in any other business. They're very lazy and they're not willing to do the work. So first of all, our main approach, our winning approach to, let's say, differentiate ourselves from this competition, it's to have a reader first mentality, meaning that our winning approach is always to keep in mind the final reader, to stand out from the competition. The majority of the people, they're selfish. I mean, they want just to make a quick buck. They want to make the money in the next month, and then disappear and try something and make a YouTube video that they made $10 extra this month. But they're not willing to do the work in order to satisfy the client and building a successful business based on high quality products, right? And that's exactly the second step, because high quality books are the things that made us all the money. Right? So on Amazon, there are millions of new publications every month. The good news is that 99% of them is pure garbage. Our focus is always to publish high quality books with the same operating system. Once we create a high quality book that is selling, and we know that have already traction, is already making sales, that's when it's time to jump to the other one, right? But I'm going to show you other ways, even without producing another brand new title, other ways to monetize them. That's why I told you that we're going to cover the 9 streams of income in this lesson. And then, yeah, at the end, there is the speed of execution. Publishing OS allow us to create amazing product that people want in the fastest way possible, but still getting 4 and 5-star reviews from Amazon readers. So with Publishing OS and the lesson you're seeing right now and you're going to see, basically allow us to create incredible products that people want, right? But at the same time, be very, very fast in the execution and going online. So we don't want to have a perfect product like we talked about in the previous lesson, but then take like 5 months to produce it, right? We want to be sure that we go in the market as soon as possible and have our product stick in the industry, stick in the Amazon search bar, in the Amazon pages for a long, long time. That's why our tools allows you to do that. And then this is the main difference between other people that are trying to publish books on Amazon and us. So basically all the people are wanting to create some, make some quick bucks, right? Create low quality book pretty fast, I took a 5-book cover on Fiverr. Let's try this. Let's see how it goes. It's free to publish. I mean, it's free money and stuff like that, right? No, that's not our approach. Our approach is high quality, high quality, high quality. I know there is a proven demand. This is going to work and they're going to love this book. That's exactly our mindset. But very few people are here. As I always like to say, I love the Pareto's law. 20% of the users make 80% of the money. These are the other 80% that are trying to do things without success. I can guarantee you that. And then I prove to you in this specific part that you just need 25, 30 reviews to sell. I mean, a lot of people say, okay, Tommy, but how can I compete with people that have 300, 400, 500 reviews? Guys, we don't need to have 400, 500 reviews to sell. Compared to physical products, 300 and 400 reviews is what you need because there is much more competition. There is people that they're always looking for the highest quality product based on reviews and whatever. Here with books, we have another advantage. And of course, just for the fact that we are with Amazon, readers already trust us, right? Like here in this point. Worst case scenario, they ask for a refund, so no big deal. It's not like buying something in a unknown web page, they pretty much trust Amazon, right? And the second thing, the most important one, is laser targeted books. So by creating a tailored book title, book cover, and description, we're able to grab the attention of our ideal reader. This is more effective than every review. So imagine, I want to give you some example. Imagine that you are a teenager, right? And you have acne in your face. Do you prefer to buy a book that have, for example, how to get rid of acne and have like 3,000 reviews, or have a book that is something like with a very catchy title, specifically made based on my age, based on my language, that it says, okay, how to get rid of wrinkles in 14 days by using this step-by-step natural holistic system. And it's just an example to show you that if you use the right words in the title, in your book cover, and the right message, you're not going to need 300 reviews. We are going to beat them. The publisher, the publishing houses that have 500,000 reviews, we can beat them with 20, 30 reviews just because we have the right message in our book. Right, and this, of course, is another example. I don't know if you can see it. I want to zoom a little bit. I cannot, but yeah, this book is basically making $100 per day. Have only 21 reviews. It's about American mahjong. This one is Femme Fatale, $137 per day, around $3,500, $4,000 per month. With the audiobook version, 15 reviews. Mediterranean Dad Cookbook, 36 reviews, $86 per day. Around $3,000, $4,000 with the other versions. But let you understand that there is a lot of books like that on Amazon. And of course, it's a very good symptom in a keyword, in a specific topic, to see other books that have a very low amount of reviews and still selling. That for me is one of the best things to say, okay, this topic probably have a lot of potential because another publisher is making money as well, right? And then, let's start with one of the most fun part, about all the 9 streams of income, right? So till now, we've seen that there is the Kindle, which is the ebook or digital version of the book, which is readable, as you can see right here, by the phone or the Kindle device. I love the Kindle device. I use the Kindle device every day. But then there is also the paperback version, the physical version of the book with a flexible book cover that in general comes to your house inside the box, because of course is the flexible book cover. And then there is also the hardcover, which is the one to there is some readers that really take the hardcover. I know it's strange, but there is people that if there is no the hardcover, then don't even buy the book, right? Because they travel, they don't want to ruin the book, and they only want the hardcover. I learned this from a guy I met in the airport. Then there is the fourth one, which is the audiobook version, which is of course mainly consumed on the go, and it is the audiobook, right? Now, the most important thing we realize is that the more streams of income we are able to add to our existing titles, the more money we're going to make. Because, as I showed you in the previous lesson, the more assets you have, the more way of consuming your book you give to the market, the more money you make. Of course, not all the books you can create the audiobook, not all the books you can create a specific format, but in general, the more you have it specifically for these 4, the better it is, right? Now, let's dive in on the other 5 that we can have. The first one is absolutely so cool, this one. Initially, when I started, I didn't even believe it was true, but it's called Camp. It's our 5th streams of income. And basically, it's called Kindle Edition Normalized Page. Amazon want to reward publishers who are able to retain readers throughout the book. Okay, so every time a Kindle Unlimited subscriber will read each page of your book, you earn a small commission in US dollar called Camp. The more they read, the more money you earn. I think it's very smart because the more your book is engaging, and so the more your book is well done, the more money you get paid. And this is just an example of the rate during, I think it was 2024. So is 0.004 US dollar. Of course, we cannot get paid like $10 for each page, but it's still money, right? So if our book is very successful, in the long term, we can see a lot of money from the camp as well. And this is just an example on the dashboard. You can see that from, of course, near the orders, you can see the pages read every day from the customer. And I think it's very, very cool. And it's another streams of income that we can get access to thanks to Amazon KDP. Then there are the translation, guys. The translation allow us to create even more books out of the first book we created with very low translation cost. So you don't have to necessarily to have more books in your book portfolio. You don't have to necessarily create more titles. You can create more variation of the language of your book. From English, you can translate to Spanish, German, French, Italian, and Portuguese, right? They are easy and fast to create. It can squeeze the most royalties out of each title. And yeah, after English, these are the most famous languages. In my personal experience, the one that I love the most are Spanish, German and French, but yeah, in general, even Italian is very profitable. Portuguese a little bit less, but yeah, let's understand that one title, if you check in other markets, that of course, just to give an example, if you go on Amazon, instead of going Amazon.com, I want to show you right away. You go, for example, in Amazon.Italy, IT, there is another type of course, remember here to change the cap, but there's another way to find profitable topics in Amazon Italy. So a lot of times people forget that, okay, my book is making a lot of money in US, but they forget to check it also in other markets, right? Same thing, you can go in Amazon.France. Same thing, you can go in Amazon.Germany. I think is there, yeah. Exactly. So, and so on and so forth. So it's very important to realize that there is an insane opportunity over here that, by the way, we are going to expand in the next part of the program on translation, how to monetize a lot from them. But it's extra royalties that you can make with the lowest amount of resources and time invested because you have already the book. And then just an example, one of our students, Gerard, made an extra $15,000 in a month. He went from, I think, from 4,000 to 15,000. I have to ask the confirmation to him, but yeah, made an incredible amount of money thanks to a translation. And I think it's pretty cool to have that kind of potential and to use it as another stream of income, right? And then the 7 streams of income are the bundles. A lot of people are not familiar with bundles at all. Many publishers are losing so much money because they can use a bundle. Is a very easy strategy to apply. So basically, bundles are a collection of 2 more books in one. Of course, in this case, we need 1 more book, right? It's the only is the only exception in your streams of income that you need 1 more book. But we can play with strategy here because basically they can be priced higher than a single book. So basically, readers perceive more value and we make higher net profits for each copy sold, right? So basically, if we take this image, for example, let's say someone if want to learn the French language, instead of buying 2 different books, 2 different single books at $10 each, for example, the one is French short stories to learn like very simple short stories in French. They also want to learn, for example, I don't know, the grammar, a little bit of grammar and other things about French. And they want also to take this book. The only thing is that only with a bundle, they can get access to both titles, but by basically saving $5 or even more, right? And yeah, the most important thing is that, yeah, apart from they can be priced higher, they perceive more value, we can also make a higher net profits for each copy sold, which is, do you remember, was one of our main goal to have books that have a fat royalty for each copy sold. And then, of course, Pratik, Amazon tends to push much more high price items compared to low price items. This is valid in any type of products you're going to sell on Amazon. And yeah, that's why it's so important to leverage bundles. Same thing, another very important stuff, the expanded distribution. Now, it's very important to make a distinction here, even though we are going to talk about much more in detail in the next lessons. Expanded distribution is something that you just need to take during the publication in the Amazon KDP platform, and automatically Amazon make the expanded distribution for you, meaning that you don't need to go and in other platform and upload your book, but Amazon make extra sales for you. And I think every 60 days, you can make the expanded distribution sales in complete autopilot. Amazon is going to do everything for you. You don't need to do anything apart from, of course, uploading the book on Amazon KDP. But now, thanks to other platforms, so apart from leveraging this aspect of Amazon, we can also upload our books in other platforms. And of course, here I wrote, even though Amazon is the absolute king, we can generate thousands of extra dollars a year by uploading our Amazon titles to additional distribution platforms for free. So meaning that you don't need to pay, the 99% of the time, you don't need to pay a penny publish your book in another platform in order to make extra sales in other platform, because 99% of the time these platforms are free. And of course, outside Amazon, the book supply is extremely low. So Amazon is pretty much popular across publisher and people that know that Amazon have an amazing potential of reach. But there is, for example, other platform that the supply is very low, right? And the probability, of course, to make extra sales could be very, very high, sometimes even with 0 reviews. So on Amazon, of course, you still need some reviews to have some proof, right? And to see that your product works, let's say. But in general, with other platforms, like for example, Barnes & Noble, I'm sure you know Barnes & Noble, Ingram Spark, Apple Books, ACX, Google Play, all these platforms, you can upload it basically for free and get access to all the pool of their users that they never consume books on Amazon, but they consume books directly on Apple, directly on Google, and you can have access to this pool of market as well. Now, it's very important to say that this is not our main thing. This is not our main concern. Our main concern to start making the first real money on Amazon and then later on other platforms as well, while our Amazon titles are still making money, because we don't want to lose focus on stuff that doesn't matter right now. The only thing that matters is that your books goes on Amazon as fast as possible. This is just a luxury that is possible doing, and we can have amazing results. Of course, in the community, whether it's in monthly workshops or whether it's in our weekly calls, we can cover a little bit more this. But yeah, it's pretty cool, right? And just to give you some example, these are some of the results you can have extra per year, thanks to this little practice that you can do outside your Amazon business, right? So an extra $2,000 per year from Publish Live just because you upload your books in another platform. This basically is one of our book portfolio that we have. So it's just one book that is generating extra income in other platform. Same thing from ACX, which is a platform that allows you to sell audiobook mainly on Audible, that allows you to make an extra $1,000, $400 per month. While your book is still making money on Amazon KDP, right, with the classical versions. And then, yeah, also Barnes & Noble, I love Barnes & Noble, $354 per month extra. Same thing with Ingram Spark. With Ingram Spark, it's an insane distribution channel that allows you to reach basically the widest distribution channel of books in US, Canada, and I think even more other country. Yeah. So yeah, that's the beauty of expanded distribution. Let's go on the last one, which is of course the KDP account. And I really love this topic for one simple reason. You should know about that, in the sense that, of course, right now you're at the beginning. You should not think too much obsessively about the KDP exit, because of course it's something that takes a little bit more time, but it's something that you can do relatively fast if you apply the rule of the game in the right way, because thanks to platform like Flippa and Empire Flippers, we can now easily list and sell part or the entire publishing business to highly interested online investor. We did them multiple times even with our students, so we know exactly what to do in order to be able to sell and to make even 6-figure exits to online investors that are basically interested in purchasing your business. And then the crazy thing, of course, these two are just an example, Empire Flippers and Flippa, which we have the most experience. We've been able to sell business in both accounts, in both platforms. But yeah, in general, Amazon KDP accounts can basically reach a 35x multiple from its current monthly net profits. Meaning that if you have a KDP account right now, let's make an example, that is making an extra $1,000 per month, if you listed on one of these two platforms, because you say, you know what, I don't want to make $1,000 per month, I want to potentially be able to make an exit to my KDP business, you can make up to 35x, even a little bit more. There is of course some things to keep in mind with the multiples, but yeah, it's just an example. You can make an exit of $35,000 cash in your bank account just because your business is making an extra $1,000 per month. I know it's crazy, but investors are eager to make cash flow businesses and invest their money. Manu knows this, Nick knows this, our students know this, how fast, can be making a huge amount of money by selling the business. It's an opportunity that we have, right? Another example, a KDP account that is making $10,000 per month can be valued at $350,000 per year or even more. It's just an example, guys. I mean, the power that there is behind this business is not just some bucks online that you can make per day. It's a real business that can reach easily 7-figure if you do the things in the right way. It's something that we are truly proud of, because a lot of people take publishing as like a normal side hustle. It's not like that. This is a business that you can make serious money, and you just need to understand the market we are in, right? And then, of course, if you're interested in this, and of course, you're already a person that is a lot of months, at least 6-12 months, that is generating money with the KDP business, you say, okay, Tommy, probably I'm interested in this. You find a type form below. Basically, it's a normal form that allows you to see if you are qualified to get our help in be able to sell it, where, of course, we have all the connection and all the tools you need in order to make it happen very fast, probably sooner than you think. And yeah, we can help you in the process of sell also your KDP account. Again, we have a lot of experience in this, right? So guys, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. It's one of my favorite when it comes to see the intricacies of the business. Be curious, be curious. Of course, doesn't mean that if we are the guys behind this community, we have all the information. We are still open to listen your suggestion and to grow with you, right? This business is something amazing, something that few people discover in the right way. And there is much more opportunities like this. There is other platform to be discovered. There is other distribution channels. There is other ways to monetize even more. And yeah, as always, let's make some royalties.